a station based in Brooklyn, and Professor Carol Charles, a sociologist at Baruch College. Welcome. Okay, had a little trouble with Soleil there.
Radio Soleil.
Radio Soleil. Okay, tell us about Radio Soleil and what's been the reaction from some of your listeners to that station following the intervention of the U.S. into Haiti.
Well, most of the people, they feel like they are betrayed, and they are very upset about the situation in Haiti right now, because when they realize that after 3 years any agreement was really reached to the return of President Aristide to Haiti, and they feel like very upset, and they didn't like the agreement that was signed recently with between President Jimmy Carter, or former President Jimmy Carter, and the figurehead in Haiti, Emile Jonassin.
And as an observer, as a native-born Haitian, and an observer of what's going on in Haiti, and a sociologist at Baruch College, what's your opinion?
My opinion tend to be the same, and in terms of that sense of betrayal, particularly when you see that the agreement is basically, in a strong term, looks like a sellout to the militaries. On the other hand, given that, I think there are many ways to redress that.
Well, I think he will step down, and but it's very difficult, because they are talking about Cedras leaving power but staying in Haiti. But I feel like the danger is still there. Although Cedras stepped down from power, but if he stays in the country, and the guy is a very rich man, he gained the money from drugs, and he can manipulate anyone in the country and to create trouble.
You think he should be kicked out of the country?
Definitely, yes.
Him and his followers?
Yes.
And I mean, there is a real problem, because when they are saying that people are armed in Haiti, most of the time and generally, the people who are really armed are the people that are backing Cedras, both civilians and military. So the situation is very explosive, because even if you are disarming the military, most of their backers are still controlling and are still hiding a lot of harm. So how do you resolve that? And if Cedras is still there, you still have someone around which you can organize a whole new situation that could really challenge or how should I say it, disorganize any attempt for the IC government to really start a transition toward democracy. So there is potentially, it's a very explosive situation.
How long do you think the U.S. troops will have to remain there? Or should remain there, since they're there?
Well, it's not,
Do you think it's going to be a long-term situation?
We hope not.
Not really. It's so simple, because Cedras was, it was supported by the U.S. government. It was armed by the U.S. government. It was paid by the U.S. government. I think, as quick as possible, they can remove him from power, and the troops, the American troops, will leave Haiti. And I would see, I don't mind if the UN troops stay in Haiti to put, control and bring order, and to make law and order respected in Haiti.
Right,
but I don't think the U.S. troops, will stay long.
Right, but the time we have left, just very briefly, what do you think is going to be the solution?
The solution, Aristide will be back, and Cedras will step down, and he will leave the country.
I will say the same, and I hope that people, again, can re-enter the political space and make, and Haiti can change for the better for the majority of the people.